That is the way I am made. It's my character. No, it's your lack of character. Saint Jose Maria. Welcome to Black Rock Inspired. Today, we'll discuss the most important traits you'll ever need to build strength of character. Having a strong character is essential for living a happy and successful life. Character is the set of values, beliefs, and attitudes that define who we are as individuals. It's about having the courage to stand up for what you believe in, even when it's difficult or unpopular. It's also about being honest and true to yourself. Taking steps to build your character is no simple task, but it is rewarding and fulfilling. People notice those who do what is right over what is easy. To attain this level of self-mastery, qualities such as self-discipline, integrity, and resilience are necessary, so you can handle whatever life throws at you with poise and grace. In this video, we will explore how to develop these traits so that you can become a better version of yourself. Build self-awareness. Identifying the problem is always the beginning of the solution. In order to build a sense of character, you need to first recognize and accept your weaknesses. Practicing self-awareness is a great way to start this process. This involves taking the time to observe our thoughts, actions, and feelings without judgment or criticism, simply being present with what's happening in our heads and hearts. Note areas that need improving and new attributes that need to be acquired. It is important to be aware of any external factors that may be influencing us. This can include cultural and societal expectations, family upbringing, as well as personal relationships. Reflect on how they have shaped us in the past and identify any trauma or phobia that is rooted in these factors. Remember to be gracious and kind to yourself when making a list of your weaknesses. Stay reassured with the fact that you know better and are now on your path to self-growth. Once we've gained clarity about these external factors and how they have affected us in the past, we can move on to get rid of those flaky attributes and develop new skills that remold you to someone you are proud of. Integrity. Oftentimes, we find ourselves in situations where it seems easier to go with the crowd instead of standing out alone, or where economic or social pressures encourage us to take shortcuts. Additionally, many people struggle with feelings of insecurity and low self-esteem, which can cause them to look outward for validation or approval instead of looking inward and analyzing their own values. Building integrity requires individuals to pause and reflect on their choices rather than making snap decisions based on external pressure or persuasions. It is undoubtedly difficult work, but in the long run, can enrich our lives profoundly. To have integrity, we must act by our values and beliefs rather than simply trying to please other people or seek approval from them. Doing this will help people understand you in a certain way and hold you in high regard according to your principles. If you do this well enough, it will also force people to do right by you. Resilience. Building resilience often seems like a monumental task because it requires one to tap into their inner resources, develop healthy coping mechanisms, and strive for self-improvement. For many, resilience is not innate, as it can be difficult to learn how to manage challenges with strength and resilience. Life's various stressors such as financial pressures, relationship challenges, and traumatic events complicate the resilience building process further. Perseverance is one key factor that helps individuals build resilience and overcome tough times, but this can be hard to come by without the proper guidance or support system. It takes courage and determination to strengthen our resilience when life throws curveballs, but by ultimately taking back control of our emotions, we can free ourselves from the struggle and become more resilient in the face of adversity. Develop strength of character and resilience by learning to make tough decisions, building self-discipline and willpower, pausing and reflecting on choices instead of making snap decisions based on external pressure or persuasions, and most importantly, learn to begin again in face of failure. Honesty. When we are honest with ourselves, we are better able to recognize our own shortcomings and weaknesses. This self-awareness can be a powerful tool that empowers us to make changes in our lives and improve ourselves. By admitting our mistakes, owning up to our faults, and being open about our feelings, thoughts, beliefs, and desires, others can get a sense of who we truly are. This makes it easier for them to connect with us on a deeper level and willing to provide assistance where they can. People always appreciate honesty rather than being misled or betrayed by a white lie or half-truths which could damage any relationship over time. Honesty can also help us build strength of character by making us more aware of how our choices may affect those around us. It allows us to understand the beliefs and values of others so that we can better empathize with their situations and develop compassionate relationships with them. Being honest also puts us on a moral path that requires courage and strength to stay true to what we believe is right, even if it goes against popular opinion or social norms. Honesty can be challenging because it means speaking up when everyone else is silent, but this is often where strength most comes from. This type of strength not only helps you build resilience, but also encourages others to do the same as well. Take responsibility for your action. When we take responsibility for our actions, it means that we are not afraid to be accountable for our decisions, and will take the necessary steps to rectify any mistakes that were made. This can draw respect from others who appreciate seeing someone take ownership over their life, and in turn, shape how they interact with us. Being responsible forces us to reflect and gain insight into why we acted a certain way. This is to ensure that we behave better in the future. The realization that wrong decisions have consequences also helps us develop strength and ability to focus on the task ahead, making sure that there is no room for error even when faced with difficult challenges. Also, taking ownership of our own responsibilities opens doors of opportunity. When people see you taking initiative and being held accountable, they may be more inclined to give you more chances or trust you with bigger tasks. Taking responsibility has the potential to create a strong sense of self-worth too, as it gives us a sense of accomplishment knowing that we can rely on ourselves when it matters most. Learn from your mistakes. Learning from our mistakes is crucial to this journey. Although it isn't always easy to confront our errors, it is necessary if we want to grow into better versions of ourselves. Acknowledging that we are capable of making mistakes allows us to be more forgiving toward ourselves and consequently more open to self-improvement. When we understand why we made a certain mistake, it becomes easier to avoid repeating the same error in the future. Doing this requires being honest with ourselves about what went wrong and being open to recognizing any areas in which we may have failed. It also demands a good sense of humility to hold ourselves accountable for our actions, even when faced with criticism or backlash from those around us. Mentors and good supporters. Mentors can be invaluable on the journey to building character. Having a mentor can help foster resilience in difficult times and offer support when needed most. They serve to provide accountability, direction, and motivation. This provides us with the courage necessary to take risks or explore uncharted territories with confidence, knowing that we have a reliable source of guidance when we need it. It's easy to become caught up in our own worries or concerns. Having someone who can offer advice without judgment or bias is invaluable during such moments, as they are able to provide objective points of view. Finding a good mentor becomes essential when we consider factors such as experience and knowledge within the specific area that you would like to develop. With their help, we gain insight into valuable lessons which otherwise may take months or years to learn. Ultimately, ensure that mentors have values that align with ours. This helps build a sense of trust between both parties. They have to understand and appreciate our journey along the way to be able to provide the best help to us. Stop making excuses. Pursuing excellence without making excuses is one of the cornerstones of building strength of character. Upholding high standards and pushing oneself to do better creates an environment of growth in which we become capable of navigating more complex challenges. When faced with choices, we will opt for the ones that promote success and reject those rooted in a lack of effort or diminishing self-worth. The result is a strength of character that serves as an invaluable foundation upon which future successes can be built. Everyone can use these principles to break through the barriers that stand between them and their goals in life. This process will not only build strength within us, it will also bring forth a sense of accomplishment that will remind us of the strength we possess. Continual education. When we intentionally seek out educational opportunities and commit to ongoing learning, we open ourselves up to tremendous personal growth. One way to do this is to continually pursue education and information from both reliable sources and trusted friends. Commitment to learning, whether through a course of study or simply expanding one's intellectual curiosity, like watching a YouTube video from Black Rock Inspired, can be a powerful aid towards achieving a strong of character. It's important to assess the types of information we expose ourselves to and intentionally choose content that not only educates, but also motivates. Friends are key in this endeavor as they can challenge and encourage each other, providing accountability and necessary feedback for growth. Building strength of character is an intentional and ever-evolving task. It requires setting goals, evaluating yourself on a regular basis, adapting when necessary, and disciplining yourself. While the strength of character can be difficult to possess, it can undeniably bring joy and fulfillment in life when achieved. Keep in mind that everyone's moral strength relies on different factors, so make sure you craft yours in accordance with what feels right for you. If you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing to our channel to watch similar videos like Finding Your Ikigai and Helpful Ways to Deal with Anxiety.